Introduction. The promise of prophecy. The best we can hope for in this life is a knot-hole peek at the shining realities ahead. Yet, a glimpse is enough. It's enough to convince our hearts that whatever sufferings and sorrows currently assail us aren't worthy of comparison to that which waits over the horizon. Johnny Erickson Tada, Christian author and founder of Johnny and Friends. World War II British Prime Minister Winston Churchill addressed his nation's war-weary people at a time when everything looked foreboding and bleak. They had long endured Adolf Hitler's bombardment of their cities. London was in shambles as a result. And then the assault stopped, as Hitler took his rage and intention to enslave people in a different direction. Mr. Churchill, in his authoritative British voice and with inimitable and typical bulldog resolve, told the people during the speech, "Now, this is not the end. It's not even the beginning of the end. But it is, perhaps, the end of the beginning." They had taken the brunt of the Nazi assault and survived. Now they would wage the war in a way that would bring victory to Britain. This, of course, is exactly how it happened 5 years later. The Allies experienced victory, but with the greatest carnage left in the war's wake ever before experienced. Even though it's spiritual warfare, believers in Jesus Christ, especially those who view Bible prophecy from the premillennial, pre-tribulation perspective, can get a sense of those engendered by that war of the last century. Today, we look around the national and geopolitical landscape and sense an assault from the chief progenitor of all hatred and war, the devil himself. Every day, we feel the continual barrage of cultural and societal attacks that come from anti-God minions who exhibit the end times characteristics the Apostle Paul explained in Romans chapter 1, verses 28 through 32. And even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, God gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whisperers, backbiters, haters of God, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents, without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection, implacable, unmerciful. Who knowing the judgment of God, that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them. When Churchill and the British people finally emerged from their bunkers after enduring the wrath of the Nazi bombers, they saw only devastation. They had nothing to look forward to but a life and death struggle with the one they viewed as the devil incarnate, Adolf Hitler. The world immediately surrounding them offered only days, weeks, months, and years of hardship, sweat, blood, and tears as they looked toward rebuilding their homeland. This is where the bleakness of their perspective on the future differs stupendously from ours. In spite of Satan's continual war against humanity, as believers in Christ, we live in the hope of a glorious eternity. At this moment, those who follow Christ, as well as unbelievers, face a world worse than that faced by the people of Hitler's day. Rumors of war portend a devastation far in excess of the recent ravages suffered by the Ukrainian people under Russian assault. This battle has the potential to explode into a nuclear catastrophe. There can be no rebuilding by human construction if all-out nuclear war devastates the planet. Earth would, should such a thing eventuate, become uninhabitable for centuries. If the physical laws governing the half-life of nuclear radiation were to play out. Jesus, the creator of all that is, warned that there is coming a time in human history worse than ever experienced.